Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts, however you want to say it. I don't know how to say it. Venom, from the Let There Be Carnage wave, line, whatever. So here he is out of his packaging, and it looks good. It looks really good. I have a problem with it aesthetically, that has nothing to do with the figure or the company that made the figure. It just goes back to the whole having a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Just real quick, yeah, it's just like, I think the Venom needs to have the spider on his chest. I think it's just an essential part of his character design, and it's super important. So it's just really unfortunate that they didn't go that route. I'm sure they, even without a Spider-Man, I'm sure they could have figured out something they could have done to kind of add that into the story, or however. But it's just really unfortunate that they didn't. I think he loses a lot without having that. I really do. So, yeah, anyway, let's look at the figure. He does come with this display stand. If I can get it open. Good lord, how much tape do you need to put on this little plastic bag that... Alright, so yeah, it's got a display base. So you just plug that in. And here is, that's for this extra little Venom head. And you plug this in, and it goes to like a... The instruction says that like it goes to like a stage that's not included. But you can take like Spider-Man here, do something like that if you wanted to. Let's see, I'm curious. Nope, peg's not quite the right size. I was kind of curious, like, oh, can you do that? But yeah, I'm sure, like, if you finagle it right, you can make it look like he's, trying to convince Spider-Man to join him or something. So, yeah, there's that. And then he also has these tendrils out of the back. They've got a hinged swivel, so they go in and out, around. Pretty much, it's pretty much the same way like their wrist work. So you get this ball joint here that hinges, and it swivels here and here, so you can pretty much get whatever you need to out of it. And he's also got one here, so it maneuvers however you need it to. And then to put that on him, on the back, it's a pretty good cut, I'd say. Hides it pretty well. So you just open that up, and then you can just plug that on, and now he's got the tendrils, if that's the look you're going for. Not really my look that I go for Venom. Definitely would utilize that for Carnage, but not so much for the Venom. Alright, and let's see here. He also comes with the 2 opened hands, claw hands, like that. He does also come with 2 pointing hands. And it's got this, like, the white veins. He also has 2 fist hands. And then he also, and then to switch the hands out, you just untab them. I wonder if you can get that head. No, it's too big. Spider-Man's is too small. Venom's is too big. And you just plug that in, and you can be like pointing at people. And then last but not least, he does have 3 alternate heads. So he's got the open mouth with the tongue, which is the one I'm going to go with. He's got a closed head, which looks pretty good. And then he's got this extreme open jaw, which is just a little much for me. I think this one is perfect the way it is. Probably could use a little bit of a longer tongue, but overall it works pretty well as is. And that is your Venom's accessories. As for posability, his head is on a ball joint up here with a hinge here. So you get down to there, up to there. And then the neck itself is also on a ball joint. So it moves pretty much anywhere you need to go. It's a really small ball joint, so it doesn't hold on super well. But it's also, you know, I mean, we're not going to be throwing this in the sandbox and play, right? We're going to pose it and get where you want it and put it on the shelf. He's got butterfly joints on the shoulders, which actually look really good, because when they come out, it just makes him look like he's just flexing a little bit more. So that all works really well. Shoulders rotate around, hinge up to the side, bicep swivel, double bend elbow, wrist hinges in and out or up and down, however you want to pose it, and it also swivels around. Ball jointed torso. I think it's a ball joint for the, yeah, for the waist. It's a little limited going left and right, but it might just be a hinge. Then he's got universals for the hips, so up to there, back to there with the cover that kind of follows around, similar to what we had on the Spider-Man. It looks better on the Venom, just because of the way it covers. Thigh swivel, double bend knee, and then the feet swivel and rotate the same way the hands do, and then the toes tilt. So, yeah. All in all, it's a great figure. I have zero issues with the figure. I mean, I would say if I had a gripe, it's the neck, the ball joint on the neck. It's just a little on the loose end. But outside of that, the figure itself is phenomenal. And I'm happy I got it. I do have the Carnage on pre-order. And this is just going to go on my, like, kind of pseudo Spider-Man shelf. Because he technically was in there for a second. He was in the No Way Home movie for a second. So, you know, technically he's there. But I think I'm just going to go with the open hands. That's a tight joint. Maybe I'll put a fist on. Yeah. Yeah. But overall, I think it's a really good figure. I do recommend it if you're in for this line. Figure-wise, I really have nothing wrong with it. The design of the figure, of the character, I do. You know, again, here he is next to the Mafex Venom. And here he is next to Spider-Man for scale. But I really do think that not having a pretty critical part of the original costume design, which is the spider. Not having that on there really does hurt him as a character. So, I mean, I can't hold SH against that because they're just following the movie. But overall, the figure's great. I give it a solid 10. I really got nothing on this guy that's like, oh, you know, I wish this was a little bit better. I mean, outside of aesthetics, which they're just following what the movie did. It has nothing really to do with their design. But everything that they had control of, like, you know, the build, the quality, the paint, all that, they knocked it all out of the park. He's like this, I don't know, it's not a black. It's not really a black. I think it's like a super, super dark blue. Or it's got some sort of blue highlighting on it or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Once you have it in hand, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, it's not a true black, which is pretty cool. Whereas like this guy, you know, he's got some blue shading on him, but he's more true black. So you kind of see the difference there. I don't know how that's coming off, but it's just like he's like a, yeah, it's like a midnight blue or something. It's pretty cool. It works pretty well. I think they did a phenomenal job with the figure. I highly recommend it if you're in for the line. I guess that's really all I have about him.